On this rock, a covenant confrontation. When Yeshua led his disciples to Caesarea Philippi, he wasn't just taking them on a scenic retreat. He was stepping right into enemy territory. At the base of Mount Hermon, a place in Jewish memory as the site of cosmic rebellion, there stood a massive cliff, shrines carved into the rock face, altars to pagan gods. At its base, a cavern, a deep spring. The Greeks had dedicated it to Pan, the goat god of chaos. They called it the Gates of Hades. Just imagine the scene. Yeshua standing before this backdrop of idols, and his disciples gathered close, and he asks, "Who do you say that I am?" Peter answers, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And Yeshua replies, "On this rock I will build my congregation, and the gates of Hades will not prevail against it." Now, in the ancient world, rocks weren't just landscape. They were places of covenant witness. Boundary stones called kaduru that were set up in ancient Mesopotamia, for example. They marked treaties, land covenants, and royal agreements, inscribed with oaths or curses or divine names. To swear on a stone was to say, "This is permanent, this is binding." Israel knew this well. At Shechem, Joshua set up a great stone as witness to Israel's covenant. At the Jordan, 12 stones were raised up to testify that God had brought his people to the promised land. And Israel went further. They confessed not just one stone, but on the living rock himself. Yahweh is the rock. His work is perfect. All his ways are justice. But Yahweh was not a cold stone monument. He is the faithful guarantor of divine covenant, unchanging, enduring, a refuge and a fortress. So when Peter confessed Yeshua as Messiah, he was declaring covenant loyalty, just like Israel declared at Sinai, "All that the Lord has spoken, we will do." And Yeshua's response makes this clear. This confession, this rock, would be the foundation for his new covenant assembly, the ecclesia in Greek, in Hebrew, a kahal, a people built on allegiance to Yeshua the Messiah, Son of the living God. Now hear his words again in context. Standing in front of a cliff of idols, beside the cavern called the Gates of Hades, the disciples could see the shrines. They could hear the water rushing from the spring. Yeshua declared, "On this rock I will build my congregation, and the gates of Hades will not prevail." In Scripture, gates symbolize places of power and authority. The gates of Hades meant the rule of death itself. Yeshua was saying, even death, the ultimate covenant curse, cannot overcome my people. The Torah constantly reminded Israel, "Do not forget the rock who bore you. Do not chase after idols." But of course, Israel did forget. They stumbled. Yet Yeshua came as the faithful Israelite. In the wilderness, he had resisted the adversary with these words, "Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word from the mouth of God." And here at Caesarea Philippi, he reinforced the rock imagery as promised covenant, the rock of Sinai, now embodied in the Messiah. So what does this mean for us? Our faith, our covenant loyalty is anchored in the covenant, the Messiah himself, our sure foundation, the rock of our salvation. Yeshua's covenant community stands as a witness, like a standing stone or boundary marker set in place, declaring, "The rock has triumphed. Death cannot overcome it. This is our covenant promise and our future hope."